So let's talk about this. Toni Braxton posted an Instagram saying, Davy, you weasel, you ferret, you are beyond contempt. Once again, do not include my children in your shenanigans. Please leave my family alone. So I really want to talk about this because Toni Braxton posted that on her Instagram. And yes, we all know that Tamar and David have a perceptually toxic relationship. We talked about that in my last video. But I want to touch on something that just seems really odd and fishy to me. And you may agree or you may not, but I just want to throw this out there. It seems that Tamar is the black sheep of the family. And I had to wonder when I saw this, like, why? Why are you doing that? And I was reminded of, I have several videos I'm going to touch on because I was reminded, where is it? I was reminded of a big couple things. Let's take a look at this. This is a video from ET. It's only a minute long and we're not going to see it through. But let's see it.
I got my hat.
You know what? I have to commend mine because her new outlook on life is like, I'm gonna live life to the fullest. I'm gonna make up my own party because ain't nothing to party about. But I'm just gonna party because the devil's alive.
Well, it's everything to party about because, you know, those strokes she had, you never know. So I think it's good for her to party.
But do you think it's fair for her to have to party in LA?
Fair?
Yes.
Why? Tell me why you use the word fair.
I use the word fair because I think her life is more fulfilled in Georgia.
Tamar doesn't want to hear what anybody has to say with any regard to mommy. All she knows is she wants mommy there, she wants mommy to stay with her, and whenever anyone else has anything to say, she starts acting like a brat.
So if you don't already know, like I mentioned, Tamar is the black sheep of the family. She's the younger one, and she feels like, and it does seem that she's kind of like disregarded, like, you're young, you don't know anything. And to me, I feel like there's a deep envy that's going on here with Tamar. See, Tamar, well, before I even say that, let's go on to this video next, where she confronts her sisters. Let's check this one out.
You ready?
Well, for me,
Play what?
To eat? To go?
Bye.
I'm still eating.
I was thinking it was time for me to go because my sisters all gave me the shut up face. Like, can you please shut the hell up?
Vince left the table so he wouldn't get in an argument between his wife and his artist. I understand that.
I mean, I really don't want to go here because it's her birthday and, you know, it's her day, whatever. But I'm offended because I feel like what I'm saying is not respected because I don't have kids or I'm not old enough. And I feel like it's my duty to tell you.
And that could be very true. Sometimes people want the little sister to always be the little sister, like, girl, I changed your diaper, okay? Don't tell me nothing. And I really think that that has been the cast over the dynamic in the family.
What I know. They don't think I know anything. But hello, evidently I do. I'm really the only one who's happy and got a ring on it. For real, I'm just like, I mean.
Now, that seems like very shady, but that's who Tamar is. She's really cocky. She's very outspoken. She's talented. She's beautiful. She's a lot of things. And yeah, that could be problematic for families who just want you to be the sister and shut up. Not only that, for you to be the sister, well, let me let her finish.
I know if I'm, you know, I'm honestly, God, not trying to be disrespectful. You got a cheater. You got a computer whiz who likes to cheat on the internet. You got somebody who never can't hold down a job. And you got somebody who just want to live off of you. I'm just trying to tell y'all.
Now, that's very telling. That probably is very irritating and disrespectful. If you notice, Toni Braxton looks at all of the sisters. She said, you got a cheater, you got a computer whiz who likes to cheat on the internet, you got a man who, I forget, and you got a man who just wants to live off of you, you know? So nobody's going to want to hear that. That is pretty tacky to say that, but at the same given time, this could also be what irritates them. When you have a little sister, you want them to kind of sometimes in some situations, but you want the little sister to be the little sister. So Toni Braxton was like the guru, or not even the guru, she was like the star of the family, okay? Toni Braxton made it. She made a few hit records, and you can probably imagine that she was likely the one who bought the first house for the family, or maybe not first house for the family, but like did some kind of significant like purchases and brought a lot of money home. So she probably feels a sense of prestige within the family, like I'm the one that did it. I'm Toni. I'm the one that made it. And everyone already knows how obvious it's been how much Tamar just really wanted to also be as successful. And she is very talented, but she has not seen all of the success that Tamar has. And not only that, that Toni has it, but not only that, Tamar ended up marrying Toni's manager. So that put her in another position, because now I'm married to the man who made you, kind of thing. And I got some pull here. That's my husband. And people shouldn't play those kind of games, but when you're dealing with these kind of situations, women can be very catty. And I wish their family didn't have this dynamic in it, but it does exist. And Tamar ended up being on the outside of that. She is the black sheep. And let's take a look about this, the definition of a black sheep. It says, it is true that sometimes the black sheep is indeed odd by anyone's standards, sometimes the result of a hidden mental illness. Or she may be a sociopath who violates the family's boundaries and care, so that the family has to exclude her to rightfully protect themselves. But surprisingly, very seldom is either of these scenarios actually the case. Many black sheep are lovable folks with much to offer their families and the world. In fact, they are often the best and brightest. They may be the most creative of the family, or the one with the most powerful emotions. So, as we can see, Tamar never holds back, and that can be a little irritating. And I see a repetition, a constant, between the sisters, a constant catty. Her and Tawanda frequently argue. There's just always just something going on. But if you don't see it already, she's very talented, and she would have been the next runner-up behind Toni. I know it, but she just never really saw the same type of success. So in another episode, where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Anyhow, let's finish this one out.
Y'all, this kind of dude here is totally different. Point blank, period.
Well, who you mad at?
I'm not mad at anybody.
Then why do you have an attitude?
I'm just letting everybody know. That right there come with a price. That right there ain't easy. It's great, but that ain't easy.
Now, even though she's hiding it, Toni seems to be the most irritated at this. She seems to be the most angry because, remember, I'm the successful one. I'm the star of the family.
That's it.
But Tamar ended up marrying her manager, and he's a pretty, was a pretty...
Well, cheers for Toni's birthday and this whole weekend.
Oh, happy birthday to me.
Now, given that was her birthday, yeah, it didn't have to play out like that. Definitely not. But these are all the things that kind of make their dynamic what it is. Now, in another episode, they all sought out Ayanna Van Zet for help. Let me pull that up. Did I already close it? Hold on. Let's close it. Oh, no. Let's do this. Yeah, let's pull it up here. Let's see. Just gonna pull it up. And we're gonna see this argument. Braxton family on Ayana Fix My Life. Back no. Let's see. Ayana yelling. You will have her. She was yelling at. Okay, here we go. Now take a look at this here.
Do you want to do this?
Do you? Because I don't appreciate you keep throwing out these names. That is what about my disrespect? All I have been is disrespect.
So in settings like this, when you have energies, we'll get to that video. When you have energies like what happened here in this video, when you have energies like this,
You got a computer whiz who likes to cheat on the internet. You got somebody who never can't hold down a job, and you got somebody who just want to live off of you. I'm just trying to tell y'all.
so when you have situations like that where someone's, I mean, and she's just being honest, you know, she's just actually being honest. If you guys all have men that cheat and just aren't coming to the table, and I have a man that's different, I don't know why she was making that distinction. I can't recall, but makes a lot of sense there, right? So when you bring that to a family group therapy counseling, guess what? That person gets all the grunt, and then that's the time where the blame shifting and the triangulation happens here.
I've been called.
So who gets to correct her?
Wait a minute.
Did you hear that? So who gets to correct her? Why does anybody, you know? So the mom yells out and puts her in the place. And this is the moment. This is like what everybody wants. This is what everybody wants. Tamar, you're a child. You are a kid. You be quiet. You respect your elders, as if she's not an adult anymore. It's just the complete shutting down of her womanness, which is often a dynamic in families like this, where I don't want to label any family by culture or anything like that, but this is a dynamic that is true to many families that look like theirs, where the children are not allowed to grow up and become adults. And so here she has her mom yelling at her and scolding her like some little kid.
Calm down. Whether you agree with Ayala or not, you cannot disrespect her. Because none of you were raised that way. Tell her what you feel, but it's a way to do it.
And she just, if you can see how Tamar's holding on to her lips, because I can tell she's fighting back tears. But not only that, it's her voice. Like, you just ripped my voice out of my throat. You just put me in a child's place. Okay? And Ayana, of all people, I just wish somebody would stop that lady, because she should not be doing therapy.
Do it, baby.
So I'm not due respect.
No, respect your elders.
And clear as day, she said, so I'm not due respect. And her mom clearly said, no, respect your elders, which is often the dynamic. That's how a lot of we're taught. And there is a lot of good to that, yes. But sometimes when someone is an adult, they're not due this kind of scolding and training anymore. This is a grown woman being forced to be a child, and that gets really annoying when you're trying to just be grown, grow up. She's married to Vince in this other situation. Tamar is married to Vince here in the one where she had to let all her sisters know. She's married to the boss of her sister. And it's like, but you're the little sister. You don't know. You're the little sister. We're all older than you. You're just the little sister. You're just married to this guy. You know, that dynamic is hard to get away from. People can't often accept that they don't have like governance over someone, especially in these kind of restricted households where you grow up with that ideology that is do as I say. I'm the mom, you know, plain and simple, and you're just kind of not allowed to grow up. So let's go back to this other situation. We'll get to that one. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Let's go back to that where she's being scolded like a 2-year-old. And the other one sitting next to her thinking like, you know, she's ready. She's and the other one when she starts speaking, she tries to show like, I'm in line, mommy. I'm still your toddler if you need me to be. And that's kind of what I get with what she says. And Tamar just looks like she's just so done. Like, really? You guys brought me to this place to steal my voice and to let this woman try to tell me?
Let's go with what the word. You want to go with the word? I got this, Trina.
I didn't say anything, Mommy. I'm sorry.
I got this, Trina. I didn't say anything, mommy. I'm sorry. It's like, you know, this is ridiculous. They're grown women.
Will. I'm telling you right darn now. You say one more word, and I got.
Now that's typical, and this is the kind of lifestyle we all laugh about in the black community of how a black mom does. But it's so funny because that's we all know that voice. You say one more word and I got you, and we all know what that means. Like it's gonna be upside your head or something. Just watch her say it. Watch her word.
One more word, and I got you. We will respect her. Do I make myself clear? I see the hurt. I know you're hurt.
I'm not hurt. I'm just respected.
You're gonna calm down. She's frustrated for a lot of things. There's a lot that's going on with Tamar. And that's why we're here.
Is that why we're there? We're here because there's a lot going on with Tamar. I mean, would you want to be that person in the family? That just clear as day says that you are the black sheep. And it doesn't always have to be a horrible or bad thing. You know, it's just that they're living out their thing out loud. This woman was a wonderful woman, raised her kids wonderfully. She's beautiful. But, you know, we only work with the tools we had. And her tools were good enough to raise them to be all sound, successful beings. But we're not going to pretend like this is a toxic thing that happens often where women aren't allowed to grow up. It's the perpetuation, how the oppression of women continues generationally when their voice is just stolen.
Give yourself a chance.
And if you see him, he looks really sad and hurt. He understands something. That's what I gather from him. He understands something. He understands that his daughters are grown women. He may understand even at this point that women are oppressed. That's the look I get on his face, like, these women are oppressed. These are not little girls. This woman shouldn't be talking to them. This is the wrong woman, not the mom, but Ayanna. Tracy looks concerned as well, too. She looks like she feels sorry for Tamar. But I'm looking at her face, and I kind of see a drop of a smirk, but I also see a bit more sadness. I don't know. It's hard to really tell. It's hard to really read her. But the first impression is that she's kind of upset. But I can't help but to see a smirk in there somewhere, too. So we have that dynamic going on. And like I mentioned, Ayanna has no business counseling anyone. She is not the person to go to. This is Ayanna for you. This is her idea of treating and therapy.
Shut up! Shut up! All of you, shut up! I'm sick and tired of it!
Again, this is like an epidemic, a pandemic in these families where no one is allowed to be an adult. People are constantly reduced and just humiliated. And we believe that's a way to resolve problems. I humiliate you into conformity. That's basically the message. That's what they do. It's like you jump, you get mad, you let it be known. You turn into the loudest person in the room. You look volatile and violent, and you make people scared and not know. You get really aggressive, and that's how you get your point across. That's how you make change happen, and that cannot be further from the truth. Just look at this.
Done with it. You want to act like park apes?
Humiliation. Park apes. You want to act like park apes? Humiliation.
You won't do it here. You!
Pointing at grown women. That woman looked like somebody's grandmother, okay? And not only that, in front of other family members, in front of their own family. You know, this dynamic is really toxic. People need respect across the board. There is no room for anger in communication at all. That is not the way to communicate. There is no room for aggression in communication. Aggression means that you have to humiliate someone to get your point across.
Set the standard for this.
Why would you set the standard for this? So blaming and blame shifting and allowing her and all of her children to feel that and think that? That's your idea of therapy? Pointing the finger? Allowing someone to take ownership of a disastrous situation?
Done with this. I don't know how you all hear anything. You look for the worst in each other and then point it out to each other and expect each other to accept it.
And that's projection. She obviously hasn't arrived because that's exactly what she just did. You look for the worst in each other, then you point it out to each other and expect each other to accept it. That's exactly what literally is taking place right here because Ariana has not arrived. She should not be giving therapy to anyone. And that's just the point I want to make about that. Here's another example.
Put your mouth right over that hole. Put your mouth there and speak it in there. Let it all go.
She grabbed him by his hair, pushed his hair,
speak it in the hole.
rubbing his back.
I don't understand.
You don't have to understand. Lean not on your own understanding.
Lean not on your own understanding.
But
Pushing
honor
his
God
head
in all
down
thy
into the
ways,
dirt.
and he will direct your path. What if your healing depends on you speaking that craziness into that hole? What if? What if it's just that simple? What if you don't have to hurt? What if you don't have to understand? What if you don't?
That's what. So, and all meanwhile, she has this young man by the head, by the hair. This is your idea of therapy. I'm the guru. I know what I'm doing. Humiliation tactics. She has not arrived. So they were in the wrong place to begin with to seek out therapy from Ayana. Ayana has not arrived. She should not be there getting therapy to anyone. She needs to go and deal with her own therapy. Okay? So we've seen all that. Now let's take a look here at what Toni Braxton had to say, or what rumor report from the Breakfast Club, what they said about Toni Braxton's comment on David Adefeso, Tamar Braxton's ex.
And Toni Braxton has a problem with Tamar Braxton's ex, David Adefeso. Now, Toni Braxton, and you know you never see Toni Braxton just really comment on anything, but she...
And that is so true. You never see her really comment. So it's like she really wanted to highlight this. And why? Why? Could it be because you're the star and you know that everybody's going to hear you? Could it be that this is your time to get back at Tamar for marrying your manager and possibly exceeding your success? Could it be? Could it be that you just want to let people know that Tamar has a bum too, or not a bum, but Tamar has someone who isn't healthy for her also? She's not better than you. Was that your opportunity to do that? Because where was the reasoning behind broadcasting to the world that he is just doing something so horrible? Why did you need to do it on your Instagram? See, Toni was the one that was the actual star, so she can gather a crowd very well. And it's what she says is always going to be very telling as well.
He posted on Instagram, David, you weasel, you ferret, You are beyond contempt. Once again, do not include my children in your shenanigans. Please leave my family alone. I have no idea what David did, but I'm sure we're going to find out. And here's what Tawanda Braxton had to say.
It's okay. She's just really pissed off.
Yeah.
So we'll see Tawanda's comment. Let's go over here and see what Tawanda has to say. And see, this was from 9 Mag TV, but if you notice, she's right up in the camera with her boo. Like, you know, when you gotta make room in a cell phone, like they both can't barely even fit in that frame. She's trying to make sure I got my man in there. Look, I got my man by my side, okay? You're not with Vince anymore. Look, I got my man by my side, and we're talking about, this is all about, we're all getting a voice to talk about this weasel and ferret who's beyond contempt that you brought into our family. But you already know, it's kind of, if you're speaking on, you've been absent from your sisters, but yet you come out to speak on something about her no good man, and the first thing you say is, I'm here with my amazing king. What are you there with your amazing king for? What does he have to do with this? If you're just commenting on something with your sister, it's more shade, it's more envy. She hasn't even spoken to them, far as I know, because in Tamar's show she talked about how she doesn't have anyone.
It's amazing.
Yes, my balls are amazing.
We hadn't gone live in so long.
You haven't gone live in so long, but you choose this moment when your sister is down and out with her situation to go live with your man. How make it make sense?
So we wanted to come on here just to say hello.
We just want to come say hello all of a sudden on the day that my other sister called out the black sheep's ex-man. Just saying hello.
What's up? Somebody said, hi, Umber.
Hi guys. And
There's if I ate. Look.
if I ate the butt,
So what? Mr. Amazing Mario, I see you, baby.
Hi, my chocolate. I can't believe I hadn't seen you.
Yeah.
I mean, where's all the thrill come from, and what's the point of being on here with your man? Like, I don't even get it. So I'm cutting that video short. I don't even really, because I just don't feel it's even worth reviewing. I just want to go back to Tamar. I think it was Get Your Life episode 3, where she talked about how she's just alone. Here it goes. I think it's right here.
You are on the outside of your family.
But I can't do anything about it. What I'm saying? Oh, please, 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 please love me. Please be nice to me.
You're on the outside of your family. And she said, yeah, but I can't do anything about it. What am I going to do? Beg them and please, let's hear it one more time.
You are on the outside of your family.
But I can't do anything about it. What I'm saying? Oh, please, 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 please love me. Please be nice to me. Please. Well, I've done that and that doesn't work.
Tamar loves your wife.
So, and this was David's meeting with one of them. But anyhow, the point of that is that this wasn't really, something there. It's just, may this family have love and peace. And we'll leave it at that. May this family have love and peace and embrace the outcast, okay? And that's what I think it was all about. I think it's more envy and more of an opportunity, because like I mentioned, if any one of these can take Toni's place as the star, it will be Tamar. None of the rest. Let me see. See what pictures come up. Tamar and TONI Braxton. Okay? Alright. So between these two, if anyone can be the star and tower over Toni, it will definitely be Tamar. Tamar's creative, she's young, she's beautiful, and Toni's creative, she's beautiful, she's fairly young, but she's also very sickly now, off and on, you know. I know they're sisters. I'm pretty sure they love each other deep down. These arguments are within the family, but they can be very toxic over a lifetime. But I'm sure between the two of them, they'd be glad to cuss you or I out if we disrespected one of them in front of the other, you know, because they're sisters. But between the two, if anyone could take her place, it would be Tamar. So this is her opportunity to shovel up back her fan. Give me all my fans back, because I was the star first.